On Friday, last Friday, I shared these questions that were asked in one of the data analytics role with booking.com, which is into trip, flight booking, hotel booking, and they have asked these questions. You will see that typically they have mostly asked SQL questions, first four questions with respect to writing the scripts in front of the screen. And if you see 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all these are conceptual data engineering, SQL related, DBA related questions. I am going to discuss all of these in detail. I am going to write queries for 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll create the database, insert records into the tables, and then we are going to work on queries, and then we will discuss how you can answer 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A lot times what I have observed is there are a lot of students who might be knowing the concepts a bit or in advance, but they may not be able to frame it. So I will help you in framing that. And then if you see the guesstimate questions, we will see how we can answer the guesstimate questions. As you may know that there are there is no right or wrong answer in the case of guesstimate questions, but what they see is the approach. How do you approach to solve a problem? And that is what we are going to discuss. Then we have got uh, case study questions, right? We are going to see here the business understanding in terms of hotel industry, flight industry, and then we are also going to see if you add some product features, how it behaves, those kind of things we are going to see. Very much relevant, and it will help you in preparing for your further upcoming interviews. Okay, so here we are, data analytics full interview questions and solutions. First, we are going to solve these four questions, SQL questions. To do that, I am going to launch my SQL workbench. Okay, so I'm going to drop the booking.com. Here you won't see any. I am going to create it now. So I have created, say, use booking.com. So you will see tables, views, stored proc, and functions. The first question is this: calculate the cancellation rate for each room type over the last 6 months, considering only bookings with a minimum stay of 2 nights. So let's copy this and put it here so that we can refer it back and forth. So I will just put things from here to over here. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to calculate the cancellation rate for each room type, like AC deluxe or family room or standard double room, those kind of room. So we are going to do the analysis on that. This analysis will help us in understanding which room types in different Indian tourist destinations are more prone to cancellations, because we need to understand the cancellation side of it. You can imagine it like you are working as an analyst and you notice that certain room types like non-AC standard rooms in Goa might have a high cancellation rate during summer, while heated family room in Manali are rarely cancelled in winter. This insight will help you in creating targeted promotions, how you can sell it better. We will create a table. Okay, so let's create this table. So we are creating booking.com bookings. Booking ID is the primary key. Property name, city where this is located, room type, types of room, booking date, check-in date, okay, and checkout date. All right, so this is what we have done here. And then in the status, we will keep it whether it is confirmed or whether it is cancelled. We will run this. Let's see. What have we got? Then we are doing select star from booking.com bookings. Okay, so if we just run this, we don't have any output because we haven't inserted any data, right? So we are going to insert some data. These are the records that we want to paste, all right? So we want to paste across all these columns. Let's run this. What have we got in booking.com bookings? Let's see it here. So if you just run this again, then what we see is booking ID, property name, city, room type, and all these are there. So you will see that we have got confirmed and we have got cancelled, all of this, right? So now we are going to write the logic behind it. We are going to solve this problem using temporary table, because that gives us better understanding. Stepwise approach it would be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create temporary table, and then let's say temp filtered bookings. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to filter the bookings. Okay, so what we are going to do, select room type, the room type column, and then status. From which table? Booking.com bookings, this table. And then we are going to filter the bookings that were made in last 6 months. Why is it so? Because if you see it here, over the last 6 months, so we need to filter that, right? So what we will do is, where booking date is greater than equal to, we are going to subtract it from, let's say, today's date. Okay, and in an interval of 6 months. So basically we are going to subtract that. Okay, and if you see the another logic, so let's run this from here all the way till here. Okay, so if you just run this, we have got all of these based on last 6 months. But if you see the second logic, what is it? Considering only bookings with a minimum stay of 2 nights, we need to apply this logic as well. Minimum stay of 2 nights. So what we'll do is, let's run this again to see the table as well in parallel. So if you see, minimum stay of 2 nights means this would be dependent on check-in date and check-out date, right? So what we will do is, we are going to say and date difference. We are going to use date difference here, check out date, right? Check out date, comma, check in date, right? This should be greater than equal to 2 because that was the minimum. And now we are going to run it, right? We are going to run all of these including temporary table because we want to store that in the temporary table. Okay, so now it has been executed. Now we will run this temporary filtered bookings here to see what is stored there, right? So what I will do is, let's run this. So you see, all those data is filtered where the bookings were in last 6 months and having a minimum of 2 days of stay, right? That was the first step. Second step that we are going to follow is, which is step 2, we are going to calculate the cancellation rate from the above temp table. That is what we are going to do. Okay, to do that, what we are going to do is, we are going to start with select and then room type, comma, count of star as total relevant bookings. And now what we are going to do is, we are going to check on this cancelled part, right? If it is cancelled, then we are going to store it as 1, and if it is not, then we are going to store it as 0. Okay, and then we are going to use that status to calculate the cancellation percentage. Okay, so to do that, we are going to use case when sum case when status equal to cancelled. Okay, then what we are going to say, 1 else 0, and as cancelled bookings, that is cancelled bookings, but we need to calculate the percentage as well. Okay, so sum case when, same thing as above, but we are going to do the percentage calculations. We will do that very soon, else 0, and here we are going to multiply it by 100 because we are doing the percentage calculation, and then count of star, okay, as cancelled percentage. Okay, cancel percentage from where? From this temporary filtered bookings, right? Now let's see, if I just run this, what do I get it? Let's see, right? I'm getting error. right? Obvious. The reason being because we haven't grouped it yet. We are saying here count star, but then we haven't grouped it yet. This is important. A lot times people miss, student miss on this. So group by room type. Okay, and then now let's run this. Let's see what we get. So now if you see it here, I will just remove this one. So if you see it here, AC Deluxe total relevant bookings were 3, cancelled 1. So hence 1 by 3, 33%. Heated family rooms 200% because nothing were cancelled. In this case, 2 to 100% cancellations. So now you have a better understanding of your cancellation percent.